Hello and welcome to I'm Not Judging, but the podcast where we, three mums of school-age kids, dive into the hilarious, chaotic and sometimes questionable world of modern parenting. I'm Briony May Williams.
I'm Charlie Fuge.
And I'm Vix Wilshire.
We're not experts and we're definitely not perfect.
But we are in the thick of it, just like you.
We're here to say the things you're thinking with absolutely no judgment. Well, maybe just a little bit. Coming up on I'm Not Judging, but today.
Let's all have the day off on Friday.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
like-
Let the government support that. Let's encourage families together and us all do something wonderful on a Friday all together and shut everything else down.
There still has to be consequences.
For both of them.
Yeah.
For both of them, yeah.
Yeah, so, just because you're trying to palm it off on the imaginary friend, you can't.
If it was me, Steve saying that to me, I'd get very defensive instantly.
Yeah.
But it's become a problem for him. Hello, gorgeous girls. How are you?
Hello! How you doing?
You're right. Good. How are you?
Good, thank you. Very good. How are you doing, Vix?
I'm good because it's my birthday week.
Yay!
I keep seeing everyone all of these memes about January birthdays, and I mean they are very funny, but everyone not wanting to do anything and being sad and stuff, and I'm like, woo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
My friends are just great and they organise wonderful things like you do.
Oh my gosh, we really kicked off your birthday week in style,
You
didn't we?
really did. It was the best surprise ever.
Where did we take you?
You took me to Buzz Bingo in Fish Ponds.
Oh, it's
and we
the
had
best.
bingo. It was so much fun. And we had bingo and we had chicken in the basket. Because I think that was one of the first things that I said when you gave me my bingo dabber wrapped up, which was also great. I was like, oh my God, we're going to bingo. Are we having chicken in a basket? And you were like...
And we did.
And we did.
Loved
Chicken
it.
in the basket. And it was nice.
It
and
was
it was
so-
so
yeah.
lovely. And the staff was so great. And we just
It was
had
the best night
time.
out.
It was so
I
much
loved
fun.
it.
Although it did get a bit stressful after 9 o'clock when it
Oh my
appeared to turn
God.
into
Fast track
extreme bingo.
Yeah.
It was so fun because there was one point where you'd run off, Bri, to get the second loaded tickets. You were like, I'm going to get more. Came back, and I think we were just having a little chat, and then they were collecting glasses around us, and then all of a sudden we were like, oh my God, the game started. Does it start?
Eyes
And I was
down.
like, no,
Eyes down, guys.
No. I know, eyes down. And I was like, I said to the guy collecting the glasses, I was like, is it started yet? And he was like, yeah. I was like, oh, okay. And then we missed an entire game.
Missed an entire game.
That was it after that. And then I've never seen you two cry and laugh.
Oh my gosh,
I
so
couldn't
much.
even look at Bri. I couldn't
can't
even when I
speak.
did. I was like, my tummy. Honestly, haven't laughed like that in ages. I was in
Oh,
hysterics.
I literally... The giggles, I could not stop laughing. And then I thought this lady was looking at me being a bit like, can you shut up, please? I mean, we were giggling quietly. We were as quiet as we could because we were on the side of the glass where you had to be quiet, not the side of the glass where you could talk.
We thought we could cope.
Yeah, we thought clearly not. Clearly that was an error. But actually she was looking because she thought it was really funny.
Oh yeah.
So...
Yeah, because she kept. I was like, "No, Bri, they're smiling at us," but we were just.
I
they
felt
were obviously. What are these?
so-
Like
I had no control.
Upon
Non-professionals.
arrival, it was like go team go, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I had no clue because as a bingo virgin, I had not been before. So I had no clue. And you were like, it's one line, Charlotte. It's just you need to get one line. And I was like, oh God. And then it's like full
So
house. I was like, full house for the whole page, full house for the section. Oh, so much
And you were
fun.
on numbers, girl. I was like, "Come on, eyes down."
You were literally still sat in your coat. Just like, oh my God.
Dab,
oh my
dab,
God.
dab, 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 dab,
dab, dab, dab.
Oh, I loved it. It was
It
so
was
brilliant.
so good. It was such a good night. And then the next day, I went roller skating.
Yay.
Yes.
It was
What
one
a
of Nora's.
weekend.
I know,
Wow.
honestly.
It's like you went back to the 80s.
I know, it's great. I loved it.
Love
I'm going to put
it.
an 80s top today, actually.
Yeah, it's nice.
Bring it back.
Yeah, baby. I went roller skating. It was actually one of Nora's friends' parties, but I was like, I'm going to join in too. So
Love it.
I roller skated as well. I did fall over onto my bottom, which was quite It was painful. But I got back up and I went out and I carried on.
Yes.
And what have we signed up to, girls?
Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
I'm so excited.
We've signed up to roller skating lessons.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
It's going to be so much fun. I cannot wait.
It's going to be hilarious. And we will keep our listeners updated on how our journey is going.
They can come along.
I mean, on a day-to-day basis, I find it difficult to keep upright. So this is going to be fun.
But you two both have skating experience, dare I
I used
say.
to go to a roller boot
We
disco
do.
every weekend.
Every Saturday.
Like, when I was little, that was just like
yeah.
the fun
And where did you go?
activity.
Because when you said the name, the nostalgia came flooding back.
Robin Cousins. Yeah.
Robin Cousin Sports Centre
Yeah.
in my neck of the woods.
Yeah.
And because I was a few years older than you, I probably gave you your skates. I know, it's mad, isn't it?
Oh, it's such a small world.
Such a small
Well,
world.
I'm
So
very
great.
excited. My mission is to be able to do like when people are skating and they kind of dance and they move.
Yes,
At the minute,
that's what
I
I
can
wanna
dance,
do.
but I can only move my upper body. So I want to be able to like move my legs and like.
Yeah, like the skates
know?
are part of you.
Yes, I am one with the
One with the
skates.
Yes,
skates.
and skate with both legs.
Yes. Yeah. Because the guy was trying to give me tips on Saturday and I was like, mate, I'm just happy I'm upright.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't need any additional advice at this time. Thank you.
Megan, when we went skating last time, it was just natural to her. And she did that whole thing where on one knee, you bend the knee and it's like you're
my
sitting down
God.
and then her other leg
She's so
was
strong.
outright. And she was just
Oh my
up and down. I was
gosh.
like, oh my God, wow. And then,
Wowza.
and then the people that go round and like offer the advice or help, they were like, yeah, maybe try this. She was doing like all these tricks. And I
Oh,
was
amazing.
like, wow. I mean, they didn't approach me. Fair. Yeah.
Next time, Charles,
Next
after the
time.
course, they were like, wow.
You got it.
You should try a flip, my friend.
Definitely.
Oh, amazing.
Love it.
Did you see this new word that has emerged on socials? Queenager, which is so us, guys.
It's so us.
It's so us. It's a movement that was started by a British author, Eleanor Mills, that coined the term. And it means an empowered, middle-aged, I resent that term, woman between the ages of 40 and 60 who is coming into their own.
Yeah.
Love
Oh, I love it. And it's
love
someone who
it.
embraces their wisdom, their resilience, and newfound freedom, living life fully on their own terms. So I just love this so much. And I feel like we're not in crisis. We are in our era. We are queenagers.
I love it.
Love it. Love it.
I love it.
Do you feel like a queenager?
Yes, because I think even doing stuff like like saying yes to doing the skating course and like doing just what feels good at the time and saying yes to stuff and it's like being a teenager again.
Love that.
The
I love
HRT's working, the supplements are on board, we're rocking.
We're rocking and
It's
we're rolling.
happening, and we're
rollering.
rolling.
See me rolling. I don't know the
The
rest.
haters. What about you, Charles? Do you feel queenagery?
I might still be in my crisis era.
Okay.
That's
okay.
But I move it. I mean, with the help of you guys.
Yeah.
We can get to queenager, sure. I'm not sure I
100p.
can have that title currently.
100p.
But
Okay.
we're
Well,
working
maybe-
towards it.
We'll drag you along.
Yeah.
Maybe
It's fine.
an intention for 2026.
Love it.
Yes.
And fake it till you make it, that's what I say.
Yeah, baby.
Absolutely.
I mean, you two are my queens, so why not be my queenagers?
Oh, yes.
Oh, I love that.
Love that.
And Vix, have you heard any whispers this week?
You know me.
Ear to the ground.
Ear to the ground.
ground.
Yes, I have.
What's going on?
Kids and swearing. Speak about it later.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
excellent. And we've got a news story about homeschooling, plus a listener's email asking how to deal with their kid's imaginary friend who is wreaking havoc in their house. Oh, my goodness me. Tough one.
Yeah.
But first, Overherad in the playground. As you know, ladies, every week we like to discuss something that has made us stop in our tracks. Come on, Vix, dish the dirt.
So a friend of mine has got a 10-year-old and then a 2-year-old. I think she's just 2, 2 or like 2 and 2 months or something. And she can barely speak, right? But she has learnt the word fuck. And just says it, whenever she fancies it, So now my friend is so mortified and she doesn't really want to leave the house at the moment because she's in fear of her just like being somebody a bit and being like, fuck. So I just feel like, I feel sorry for her, but like,
it's so
fingers
hard
crossed.
because
She'll just
Mask it and be
grow
like,
out of
quack,
it.
quack, like a duck.
Quack,
Yes,
fork,
quack.
fork,
Good
you're
advice.
hungry.
Yeah, maybe just breeze over it. Because kids that age, they don't really,
They don't
They could be
know.
saying anything.
This is it. This is what I reckon is that, I mean, is she saying it or is she saying fork or whatever? I don't know.
Does she use it in
but-
context? Does she like
Does
drop
sound
her
like
toy
fuck.
and then
Say
go
fuck's
fuck?
sake.
No,
Oh.
but my one of my children, I shall not name or shame, when they were younger, I remember coming into the living room and they were playing like this My Little Pony game, and she just went, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" And I was like, "Oh my god, Matt!" And then I was like, "Wait for it." She's like, "Fuck's sake!" I was like, "No!" But she never ever swore, like at school or out and about or anything like that. Just for the ponies.
Just for the ponies.
It's so hard, isn't it? Because you mustn't. It's almost like if you react to it, they're like, "Oh, what am I saying that's causing
I
reaction?"
know.
So breezing over it, like you said, Bri, yes, because if
Yeah.
you react to it, they'll know that they've said something. Maybe that's funny or that they shouldn't have said.
I think just
Exactly.
ignore it. You're right.
Yeah.
I
It'll go
I would
away.
say.
And if you're out in public,
away.
just be like, just say another
a
word.
fork. Yeah.
A fork. You want a fork?
Yeah.
You want your truck.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. I said,
It's like-
don't worry.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I swear at home sometimes, and now I get a side eye from Nora.
Yeah.
Mummy, that's a naughty word. And I'm like, okay, well, you don't say it, but I'm a grown up.
Yeah.
I don't swear loads in front of her. She's only 10. But if the odd word comes out, like I still say, oh, fudge sticks or whatever instead
Yeah.
of swearing. But she's so on it with it that even if she's
know.
singing along to a song,
Yeah.
like a Tay-Tay song, she'll self-censor.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she'll be like, like singing and then she'll miss out that word.
Yeah.
And then carry on singing.
Megan
and it's
does
very
that
lovely.
as well. She's like, and da-da-da-da,
Oh,
yeah. She does that also. But like also I think if you've got an older sibling, right, the younger one is definitely going to pick up on stuff, going to say stuff, going to do stuff that the older one is doing, because it's like they look up to their older sibling and think, wow, everything they do or say is amazing, right? So
Yeah.
that is definitely going to happen. And I remember being at school and one of the parents saying to me, oh, have you heard this rhyme that's going around? Is it from Megan? Because is it from like an older sibling that's come down? And I was like, God, I don't know. What's the rhyme? Because I've not heard it. And it was like,
Oh, go on.
God. It goes something like pineapple, coconut, long banana, 2 squishy oranges right behind you. And it's like, 2 squishy oranges is your butt cheek. So the long banana,
It's your
wow.
butt cheek.
You know what the long banana's referring to? I don't know what
Where
children
the hell
know.
has that come from?
Well, it didn't come from Megan, can I just say? We did find out the source because the parents had their ear to the ground, but it did not. I was like, no, God, can we clear Megan's name, people? Okay, it did not come from Megan. But
And
then
rude that they blamed her.
these kids, they were like singing this rhyme. And it did come from older siblings filtering down, but they had no clue what they were saying. They didn't know.
No.
What,
and I think,
know,
like you say, child, the more you react to it,
The more that
the
people
more they'll
found it
delve into it.
funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Because it is.
Breeze over it because it is
I
funny.
remember
Yeah, let's
loads
be
of things,
honest.
so like when we were younger, that like sayings or phrases, even if it wasn't a swear, you knew it was like naughty to say or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still remember the first time I swore, I said the F word in front of my mum. I remember we were in a supermarket and I was knelt down. I think I was maybe 16 and I was knelt down looking at something and then I fell backwards. I went, oh, fuck. My mum went, oh, I suppose you're old enough now. I
Excuse
was
me.
like, okay.
I remember the first time I swore to my mum, and it was because my big brother was like, say the word ship. And I was like, ship, because I was little. And he was like, take off the P and put a T. And I was like, what? And he was like, take off the P and put the T. Say it. Go on, say it, yeah. And so I was like, shit. And he was like, go tell mum. So I was like, shit. And she obviously knew what was occurring. She was like, Alex!
Prim, where we used to go to some, it was like a sing and sign thing, and there was a song that went 1 finger, 2 finger, 3 finger, 4, and thumb king, and it just sounded like she was saying 1 finger, 2 finger, 3 finger, 4, and fuck it. On video once, it was so cute. She was only about 18 months too, something like that. Hilarious.
I love them. Now it's time for In the News, where each week we unpack the biggest stories facing parents, from pocket money inflation to the black hole that swallows school jumpers. This week, I saw an article about homeschooling. This is a big topic, saying that searches for the phrase, how do I start homeschooling, have jumped up 5,000%.
Wow.
Experts are predicting a huge increase in the number of children being homeschooled in the UK in 2026. And it's not just curiosity. The number of children being educated at home is already rising fast across England. More than 111,000 children are now in elective home education, EHE, representing a 21.4% increase on the previous year, according to the latest figures. I'm not judging, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't homeschool. I found homeschooling during COVID very stressful. As a parent, I found it hard to separate the teacher mode from the parent mode.
Yeah.
And also, I'm a trained teacher, secondary school teacher. So I was trained to deal with older kids, teenagers. So I found dealing with Nora as a 4 or 5-year-old quite tricksy.
Yeah.
And I'm not judging at all, to be honest with you, because I think if you want to homeschool your kid and that's best for them, then go for it. But I do think it's something you should really seriously think about, because it's quite a big move.
I am all for it. I have thought about it, and I think that it's great, because I think that homeschooling doesn't mimic school. So straight away, you don't need to be setting them up with a maths, English, geography, blah, blah, blah schedule on a day-to-day basis. Also, home ed is learning through experiences, not just following the curriculum. Also, you have home ed groups. It's a community, basically.
Yeah,
you're not just
definitely
on your own. If you were choosing to do home education, you would definitely be part of the home ed group within your local area, and you would still drop off your kids to have a maths hour somewhere.
Yeah.
You don't have to be the teacher for it all. You would still drop off and do that home ed situation, that experience in a science lab or whatever it is. You would still have that. It's not just you, the teacher, that's then becoming the teacher, like a school day situation. So home ed doesn't look like that if you don't want it to. It's a different setup. I also think it really helps children that are not neurotypical and they're the in-betweeners, basically. So they're not in need of maybe a special school that's out there for special ed, but then they're not maybe mainstream schools as well. So for the in-betweeners, I think it can be really great to have that as an option.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you have a situation where, round hole, square peg, or the other way round.
Yeah.
Is it square peg, round hole?
Either way, it doesn't work.
But, you're just butting, aren't you, against it? And for what? For what? Because somebody somewhere has said that this is a structure that every child should follow. For why?
This is the problem, isn't it?
Why? The world has changed from that, I believe. and having that option there, I think, is a wonderful option to have there.
Definitely. But you're right, like school isn't for everyone, and that's really sad. And we know, and we've touched on it before, that I think we're all in agreement that the system's broken, and it's even more broken for SEN kids, but even kids that don't have additional special needs, I think the expectation on them, the focus on attendance and the focus on like exams and stuff, it's just so ramped up, and there's no room for creativity and empathy and all of those important things that they should be learning also. They're just learn and learning so much that they're probably going to forget. And it's just, there's no gentleness anymore.
That kind of structure can be great for a textbook kid. It may work well for lots of children, but then there are children,
or even somebody who's really high functioning and needs that kind of structure, but it doesn't for everyone, and there's no allowance for that. So it's definitely, I'm not surprised that it's gone up by 5,000%. Like, people are disheartened. I know so many people, school refusers, kids that have been later diagnosed with neurodivergencies and eating disorders and things, that just cannot cope with school in the structure that it is. And, it's very sad that that's not being taken into account. And schools should be somewhere they can go, feel safe, learn, enjoy, and have, mostly good memories of,
I think it's important to learn, and I don't think necessarily the setting is always that important.
Yes. Yeah.
I do think that there should be some kind of accountability in some way for, put things like reading, writing, numerical skills, things like that you really need day-to-day life. Do you two think that there should be some kind of accountability? So whether it's the local authority or a designated local person that that maybe checks in on these families or checks in on what they're learning or how it's going, do you think that should be something that happens, or do you think that parents should just be left to do it?
Yeah, there should be to a certain extent, and I don't obviously know the facts and figures and stuff, but I know that there's a school of thinking that, like, forcing children to learn to read at a really young age, you don't have to do that, and that they will gradually, like some homeschoolers will just let them kind of explore that as they go along, rather than doing like phonics and having this structure about reading. So I don't know, because everyone learns at different stages. Like I saw something the other day, I think I shared it, about disability achievements, and like this guy who was non-verbal until he was 10 and autistic is now like a professor at Oxford or something. And it's like, everyone learns differently. He might not have learnt to read until he was 7 or 8, you just don't know. But I think, yes, there has to be accountability, but how that looks, I don't know is the answer.
I agree with you. I think there should be accountability, because ultimately you're making the decision on behalf of your child. You as the parent are deciding it. So there might come a point where you kind of have to check in and say, do you want to try school? Do you not? Do you want to carry it on? The child at some point will, when they get a bit older, have an opinion on whether they want to try school or not, and maybe.
Yeah, my friend homeschooled all 3 of her girls, and her eldest made the decision when it got to seniors that she wanted to try and go, and then the others kind of followed in line. So there, it doesn't always look right, we're homeschooling and that's it. It's, I think that's the whole point, isn't it? Like, it's child-led. The learning's child-led, the growth is child-led, and not all child-led, because you've got to guide and help, but you're giving them the opportunity to grow themselves and grow with you.
I think the difficulty is that if you go into something like that, it's a complete lifestyle change, because you're not going to get paid for that, and you'd give up your job.
No.
So one parent would be doing that, and then the other parent may have to go out to work and be the sole earner for the family, and that is why a family decision. You know, it's not just as simple as, oh, we're just going to pull you out of school because the school system isn't working or what have you. You know, it's a real family decision, because you've got to go to work, right? You've got to earn a living, you've got to make money, you've got to pay the bills. That becomes tricky.
As much as I love the thought of it, and it's something that I definitely thought of especially when Daisy was little, and just like wanting her to like just have a more relaxed like kind of experience. But I knew with who I was and my personality and my needs as well, it just wouldn't work. I wouldn't be able to do it. And, you know, as much as I would have loved that for her, I just don't think, I think I would have lost my mind personally.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's great.
Same. Yeah, no, I do as well. I think if it's right for the whole family, and you can make it work, then absolutely. But I can't. I couldn't. I just
You're
couldn't.
a teacher, lads.
I know. I'm a teacher. I know.
Not going to do that.
Technically, I'm retired.
Yeah.
Okay, so another story which is kind of in a similar vein is about a petition that the government have vetoed. They've said no. A petition was brought to MPs with 125,000 signatures asking for a 4-day school week. But Children's Minister Josh McAllister firmly rejected the proposal. The petition was launched by a pupil and asked every school in England to switch to a 4-day week by adding an hour to each school day.
Oh.
Ooh. Several MPs argue that the answer lies not in fewer school days, but in creating schools where pupils want to be, and citing concerns over learning, family life and extracurricular activities. Supporters hope the shake-up would help teachers stay in the job longer and give pupils a free weekday for hobbies or volunteering. I'm not judging, but I don't think a 4-day week would be is the answer.
Longer days.
Also,
longer days.
Yeah.
No.
I just think that's
Also, anything that you change in the schooling, you have to mimic for the working parent, right? Like
Yes.
Absolutely.
Summer holiday, honestly, like at the 1st of January, you're sat there thinking, right, half terms, Easter, summer holidays, like you've barely got to scrabble together a week with your partner to actually have a family get together. Other than that, you're just tag teaming each other in, or like, you know, to cover the time off that the kids have, or you're forking out £1,000,001 for them to have some summer holiday club that my kids don't like going to as well. And then you're like, oh my goodness, you know, so if you're then going to have a 4-day week, that would have to be mimicked for the working parent.
They need to, like,
God, I sound like such a whinge bag today, don't I?
No, not at all. No, you don't. You don't at all. It's so true. But that's the thing, isn't it? Like the idea of that, like, great. Not extending the hour on the day, like I think ideally, lovely. Let's all have the day off on Friday.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Let the government support that. Let's like encourage families together and us all do something wonderful on a Friday all together and shut everything else down.
But then who pays? Who pays for that Friday?
Going to fly across the sky.
But that's it.
Exactly.
It's not feasible. It's not feasible.
Yeah.
And I'm lucky, like we said before, my dad lives with us, and I'm really lucky that if one of the kids is off school on an in-service training day and I've still got to go to work, then he's there. And I'm lucky. But lots of people don't have that.
No.
And like you say, it has to be mimicked if they're going to implement something like that. But I do think, like, again, going back to kids that don't find it very easy going to school, like flexible schooling, like, yes, but again, they'd need the proper monetary support, because if you had to, reduce your hours at work for that, but for the betterment of your family and your child, but that needs to be supported by the government. And again, making schools somewhere where they can't wait to go. Like, that's what they need to do.
Yeah, I think there's like a lot of things that would need to happen and that would need to be improved before something like that would ever work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Nora would love that. She's always saying, "Oh, I wish we had a 3-day weekend."
Yeah.
Same,
Both of
Nora.
mine.
Same.
Yeah,
Yeah,
seems. Don't we all,
do.
babe? Don't
And
we
both
all?
Yeah, both of mine would love
But
it.
It's just, I just don't think it's realistic. As lovely as it would be, you know,
Yeah.
just don't think it would happen.
No,
No.
sadly not.
All right, it's time for Between You and Me, where listeners share their parenting dramas and dilemmas. And this week we've had a couple of interesting emails. So let's dive in with our unqualified but very well-meaning advice. Let's do our best to help, shall we? Hopefully. It's from Callie in Norwich. Hi, ladies, loving the podcast and wondered if you could help me. My daughter is 7 and she has had an imaginary friend for about a year. It hasn't been a problem before and I've been playing along trying to do all the right things and be curious about her friend. But recently her imaginary friend has been causing absolute chaos in our house, hiding her siblings' toys, drawing on the walls, making my daughter be cheeky and naughty, just generally leaving a path of mess and destruction in our house. I need this imaginary friend to do one. Any suggestions? Oh, Callie, that's tough.
Oh, that is really tough, isn't it?
That's a tricky one. Yeah.
Go on, Oracle.
I mean, the only thing that I would say is there still has to be consequences, right? So you're still going to have to be
For
like...
both of them.
Yeah, for both of them, yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, just because you're trying to palm it off on the imaginary friend, you can't, you know. So you'd still have to firmly say, okay, but there's a mess here, so it still needs to be cleared up, you know, and just keep doing that until they realise that even if they palm it off on the imaginary friend, they're still going to have to deal with the mess that their friend has left.
That's a really, really good bit of advice, that is.
That is.
Thanks, babes.
And I completely agree.
You're
I
amazing.
think obviously you want to encourage your child's imagination and their creativity, but when it's starting to impact everyone and the whole household, you know, you don't have to get rid of the imaginary friend or tell the imaginary friend to get gone. But I think, like you say, Charles, help your child, your daughter, understand that anything that the imaginary friend does, because even though it's an imaginary friend, I'm pretty sure a child of that age is aware that it's an imaginary friend.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So you're kind of saying to them, you will deal with the consequences of what so-and-so does.
Yeah.
And I think in their head, they should be able to understand that at 7, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
You know? So I think that child has to face
The music.
the
Her and
music.
her mate are going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though she's invisible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prim had an invisible friend in lockdown called Chloe.
Oh.
Because how old was Prim? She was 3, kind of 3 going into 4.
And what was Chloe like?
Chloe was lovely. But yeah, so Chloe didn't destruct much, but we'd have to like lay a place at the table. And when we'd go out on walks, sometimes she'd come. But it was all to do with, I think, her loneliness, because she
Comfort.
absolutely loves people. It was a comfort for her. It was a story and an imagination. And then we'd go on walks and she'd talk about magical portals in the floor and her and Chloe, but then we walked past the graveyard and she was like, Chloe's brother's in there.
Oh.
Oh my God. I was like,
got a bit dark.
Well, Chloe's from a long time. I know. It was just
Were
like,
you like,
okay,
COVID?
Yeah. Have you got COVID? Yeah. So yeah, it was wild, the imagination, but there wasn't a lot of destructiveness. She didn't blame Chloe for anything.
How did
loved
Chloe finally
But then she was
go?
really young. Well, she kept going. She'd be like, "Oh no, she's gone," and then a month or so later, she'd be like, "Chloe's back." It's like we've had no notice. The bed's not ready. What's going on? But yeah, it just went in the end. It served its purpose. But that's the other thing, isn't it? It's like, why is she? I would if you're going to speak to her about it, go in very, very gently and just kind of say, what's she like? What do you get from this friendship with her? Like, how, let's explore it a bit and just see if there's something that she's kind of not able to talk to you about, and that she's kind of using this imaginary friend to emotionally kind of express something.
Kind of deflecting it onto the imaginary friend, maybe.
like,
I think that's a really valid point. Like, is there something that's going on up there?
But just try. I know it's really annoying, but just try and be as soft as you can about it. To begin with.
Gentle.
Gentle.
We hope that helps, Callie. And one more from Liam. What? In New York State, guys. Our first US email.
We've gone stateside.
We're international, guys. We're international. I won't read it in American accent.
No, don't do that.
No, don't do that. Hi there. Hi there. I really want to do it in American accent. Hi there. I would love to get your advice about my wife and my oldest son. He's been coming into our bed on and off for his whole life. And when he was little, my wife kept saying he won't do it when he's older, so we should just make the most of the cuddles. So I gave in. But he's 11 now and I just don't want him in our bed anymore. So how do I get her to stop letting him in? Thanks in advance. Ooh, that's hard.
I'm not judging, but...
I'm not judging, but 11 is... I am judging.
Are you judging? It depends. Does Nora still get him for a cuddle?
Okay, right. I'm not judging, but if he's doing it every night, that's problematic.
You have to have boundaries,
every now and then. Nora will, if Steve's away, for example, or I'm away, Nora might sleep in our bed because she doesn't want to be on her own when one of us is away. But it's, once in a blue moon. And I think at 11, if they're regularly sleeping in your bed, then there's probably something else going on there that you need to talk to them about. I'm not a psychiatrist.
No, but
I think that if you've been doing it for a long time, he's just might be used to it and just think, I don't want to be on my own and I don't have to be. But at 11, and you may have taken the easy route, and no judgment here, because sometimes you're just knackered. Right? And you're just tired. And so the thought of them coming into your bed means that you all get asleep, and sometimes you don't want to fight it at 9 o'clock at night. You just think, let's all just go sleep wherever you are,
Yeah.
But at 11, they are old enough to have that conversation with. It will take a minute.
How is he going to talk to his wife about it, though?
Yeah, because he does say, how do I stop her? He's not aiming at
which
the
I
child.
didn't like.
No.
I'm not judging, but it's not about stopping her. It's about working with her and creating a healthy boundary, isn't it? So how can we help this guy?
If the wife is still quite open to him being, getting into the bed, then it does have to be quite a gentle conversation because, if you go in all guns blazing, if it was me, Steve saying that to me, I'd get very defensive instantly.
Yeah.
But also, the best bit of parenting advice someone gave me once was, if it's not a problem for you, then it's not a problem. Obviously, it works in most situations. But it's become a problem for him. So, then he needs to talk. Yeah. And I've said it on the podcast so many times, just keep the dialogue open, just talk about it, because it's never going to get resolved. And the more it goes on, the more you're going to resent her, you're going to resent the child, and it's just going to get more and more difficult.
Oh, and it's going to be so hard. Like you said, Charlotte, like he's been doing it for 11 years. It's going to be such a shock for him as well.
Yeah. And I could totally get what you said, Charlie. Like sometimes you're just like, I'll just get in. It's just so much easier.
Yeah. Or maybe just morning cuddles.
Yeah.
Just like get up, get in, morning.
Yeah.
Get out.
Or that you have the cuddles in his bed. And read the storybook or do,
maybe
and
it's
then
just
you
a kid
then
that
leave
needs that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
his bed rather than him having to leave yours.
Yeah. And you've got to remember that you are, like doing the child a favour eventually, because they will want to, and I'm sure deep down they will want to stay in their own bed.
And sleepovers.
So it's kind of,
that
sleepovers,
happens
all that kind of
definitely
thing.
in year 6, doesn't it? Like that sort of age.
100%.
And they really need to be able to like self-soothe at that point. If they can't self-soothe, then when they go to sleepovers at other people's houses, they're going to be up all the night and somebody else is going to, be looking after your child in that way. And so, you're doing it for them. So don't feel too bad because you're doing it for them in a positive way. Yeah.
Definitely. Well, we hope that helps, Liam.
Good luck, Liam.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Let us know how it goes.
yeah, please get in touch and let us know how it goes. If there's a parenting drama or dilemma and you want our unqualified wisdom, then send us a DM or voice note on Instagram. You'll find us at I'm Not Judging But Pod. And don't forget, you can watch us on YouTube and Spotify as well. Thank you so much, lovely girls. I love you so much. We will be back next week with I'm Not Judging But.
Yay,
Bye.
love you.
Love you, girls.
Bye.